So I was out here, as you can see, and just enjoying the clouds and a bit of fresh air and the colours of my garden. Look at the clouds. The small kitty's being cute. So yes, I thought I would show you my garden and try and give you a brief rundown on how it works. So I run my own little, it's like a council homestead. This is the front. You can always tell it's my house and it's recycling day tomorrow. And I may as well go through the few jobs that I have to do as well while I'm out here. So the jobs that have to be done around the front garden is I keep on top of the hedge, and I'm growing it to about this height here. So all this will be pulled over and all connected. So these trees and the various different shrubs and things all form into a big fence. I do have trimmings from my trees because everything I grow I use. So when the trees get trimmed, they go through a process and end up being fences or things to grow plants up. But I will go into that later. For now, while it's nice and it's not raining, I just want to show you the garden. So, as I said, everything that I use is my shadow. I grow the willow herb. This needs trimming because it's out in flower now, and I usually wait until it's out in flower and then wait until other things are out in flower before I harvest it, because this makes really nice tea. That's my borage pile. We've got other plants and things growing. There's a mix of vegetables and cover crops. And there is a flower coming on some of the onions. And we have nettles. We have asparagus and other stuff growing in here. There's a pile of leaves and sticks from when I trimmed those trees. And that just... Let me sit down. So when I trim the trees, to start off with, the trimmings and the leaves all get put in a pile so that they can be, so they can start to dry out and fall off, because then all the nutrients go into the soil. All the bits, like I've just shown you, that's mulch. So I put that around the bottom of the trees. It doesn't touch the actual bushes, because otherwise then you can get rot at the root. And no one wants that. But then once they're all dried out a bit and a bit more decomposed, after a while they all go to the top of the garden to create more compost. And as I said, the trimmings off the trees I use for wands. I make staffs and other bits and pieces. But there is a bit of a mission, and that bit of a mission is I've had all the trees trimmed at the top of my garden because they needed doing, and I needed the wood because I have lots and lots of fences to make. Quick cameo from the cat again. Boop. She's loving the afternoon sun. But as much as I would like to sit here with the cat, I'm going to go and show you and take you around the back before it all starts raining. And here we are out at the back. So I've just cleaned up after the chicken. Every night, once she's in bed, the straw gets piled up into the corner and everything gets swept and cleaned, because, you know, we don't want mice, and also bird flu is still around. So is always kept nice and clean, swept up, and as you can see there's still bubbles there. But we'll start off at this side. This is my chill out space. If you see me go live on TikTok, I'm in there a lot of the time. So, I have more plants growing in here. This is where in fact, leave a comment below if you know what type of plants I grow here. And we have my bay tree. I've also planted willow down here because this gets flooded a lot. Now, there was sweet peas and other flowers growing in here. And then I went to Wales and the slugs ate them. So I need to make more slug pubs. And I also need to make the dissolve in, which is going to have to be medieval. So yeah, this is my chill out space. I turned my old greenhouse into a chill out room. Got some more bits of wood, some planks, made it all pretty, used an old picture frame, stuck the glass in there, using that as a window, and that is the gate that I am currently working on. And that is going out the front. But that is what I'm working on right now. I have lots of little things dotted around the garden. There is a fairy house down here. Lots of different bits and pieces. And again, if you can put soil in it and have drainage, then you can grow things in it. Go this way. So my bay leaf trees really well, and I've just knocked the gate over, but it's fine. I will pick that up after I have recorded. So I have some impatiens and some lobelia that need planting in the flower area of my garden. These are also wildflowers. This is the kitchen veg. So we grow the veg that has seen better days, and we turn it into seed and then plant the seeds. Strawberry. So the flowers are going in here, for this is my little flower garden. There's also vegetables in here, and they're not doing very well for the pure fact that I'm battling against the slugs. But my chives are doing well, and my thyme is coming through. I think the slugs have even eaten the tomato. See, I go away for a few days and chaos ensues in the garden. But usually this is all full of veg and flowers, so I need to get back on that. There's still plenty of time, I think. Well, there is. It's in there. See what I did there? Then we go around this way. This is the wild meadow. Look how impressive and luscious that is. Sarcasm mode. That's about all the patch that we have. It is slowly coming through, and I need to get some more seed and keep on putting it down. And I'm not planning any more trips this summer, so at least I'll be able to keep on top of it. All of my trees, I grow them horizontal, so they come over and they can create shade. And you see all of this wire. So where you see a wire fence, so here and here, and then up here, all around here, I am making a fence, and I have plenty of wood for it. My potatoes are growing really well. In fact, they are growing really, really well. However, some things they're not doing well at all. And again, it's me versus the slugs. So keep an eye out for slug pub bacon and the making of the tavern called the Dissolve In mousetrap. Down there is a rat trap. So when you have chickens, you have to make sure that you have humane traps, because we don't want rodents. But also growing vegetables, you don't want rodents because they eat stuff. So I have humane traps. Now this eyesore is what is left of the chicken run. So the plan is chestnut tree is growing over here to meet up with the silver birch. So then it can be a live-in chicken run at some point. Look how beautiful that sky is. However, I have a lot to process. I've gone through here and cleaned here. As you can see, there's another mouse trap there. Right, so that big pile there, this big pile, this is the pile where I will be getting all my wood from to make my fences. And what I need to do is I need to take each one, I need to take the leaves off and sort them out into sizes. There's my compost bin. That is going to be a lot of work, but it is going to be fun. And then, as I said, it's all going to be used. Compost bin, which is off the floor and has rat-proof wiring around it. So they can't get in and they can't nest in here. Also, when I empty the compost bin always has water in it. So it's never dry. But this is going to take a while. But there are some really good pieces of wood in here that can be used. And in all honesty, it doesn't take long just to just go through and you take those off. And then all these will get put into a pile, and then the chicken can go through those, and then they can compost on here a bit and make me some more compost. So this is a quick of the garden. My cherry tree needs trimming when it's the right season. Oh, hello wasp. But it's so green and lovely. But this is my little bubble. It is my little bubble because I'm surrounded by houses. It's the joys of living in the middle of a housing estate. So I like to grow things over to give myself some privacy, because everybody can, it's the whole, if I can see in, you can see out, and you can see me in my garden. I'm going to go down here and I am going to take my bedtime meds. But yes, and I need a cup of tea. So the plan with the garden, once I have recovered from my holiday, as you can see, cold sore, which is a true sign that I am exhausted and I have pushed my body and everything else too far. This wall also needs to get painted. So jobs that I've got to get done in my garden. The first thing, planting stuff, because then that can grow and I can battle against the slugs. So I'm going to need beer for a slug pub. And then I need to process all those trees, which I will probably do a time lapse of. And then I get to make a lot of fences. But that is pretty much just sitting down, and I keep the chicken wire there and I weave the sticks in, and then I've got to trim the willow and then put the willow in and then train the willow so then it becomes a living fence. I think that is all that I can remember. If you have any questions about my garden or my way of life, drop me a comment below, and who knows, maybe I'll do a video on answering Q&As of the garden. Hello. I still need to put googly eyes on my hosepipe. I need to turn it into a face or a creature. I don't know yet. But yes, I'm going. And as I said, if you have any questions about my way of life, let me know, and then I can do a proper video on it. So ask any questions you want in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye! Good morning and happy Sunday. I'm still full of hay fever, but I've come out to shut the garden gate, and so I thought I would show you. Well, happy Sunday, and with all the rain that we've been having, the bush needs a trim. But what I have done is we've harvested all of that. These have all started growing. This has been harvested, and if the weather improves, you know, if we get any of that summer weather, then hopefully we'll get another lot of flowers. Again, this has finally been trimmed, and next are the roses that needs to be done out here. I need to trim the plum tree. I've checked, there are no plums growing on that bit. So that hedge needs cutting off here. We have this that now goes up here to grow this rose on, and also I have been using this to dry herbs. And down here we have my cute little borage pile, and then there are some wildflowers and stuff that are still coming through. This is fallen over. This needs a trim and bringing in and drying. Oh, I've just spotted a tiny spider. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. Spider, where you go? There it is. Just there on the leaf. There we go. Little tiny spider. The garden spiders are really doing their thing. And but I know we're not in August yet, and July's not even finished, but it feels like autumn. I am going to make the most of trying to do this whilst it's not raining, because we've had nothing but rain, which the garden has needed. The garden very much appreciates it. It's a little patch of borage still going well. But as you can see from this angle, willow herb has been trimmed, the clover has been trimmed. The other flowers have been trimmed. There's a cat. Small. Hi. You come in? No. But yes, if I show you from this way, then all this is trimmed, and that is trimmed, which is good because now the onion flowers and the other flowers that are down there hopefully will have enough light so they can all start growing. This, yeah, harvesting roses and bits that need deadheading. But first thing first, I need coffee. I'm still not very well. Wales completely kicked my ass. In fact, the whole of July has kicked my ass, health-wise. And I am truly paying for it now. But yeah, once it's dry and it stops raining, we can get out in the garden and do a bit more.